Hello everyone, my name is Holden Hardman. This is my lovely wife Jen. I am so excited for us to begin Dexter Original Sin. For those of you that don't know, Jen and I are both really big Dexter fans. Dexter was one of the few shows that we had both watched independently prior to us even getting married. When the original series came back on Netflix, we rewatched it again just on our own time, binged all 8 seasons, watched Dexter New Blood again. So when the trailer for this came out, we were really excited, albeit cautiously optimistic. It's a new cast. I saw a lot of people in comments of the trailer and even our trailer reaction. We're having some issues with some of the casting. I think Deb in particular, because she looked kind of like a stereotypical, just regular Gen Z actress who just managed to get the part, versus somebody like Angel Batista, which I thought like looked exactly like him and acted like him the way he spoke. I'm up in the air on the actor that's playing young Dexter Morgan. In the trailer, he seems good. I'm totally willing to give him a shot, and I think that having Michael C. Hall do the internal monologue is going to help soften the blow of it feeling like a completely different property. So this is a show that I just desperately want to be good. I'm rooting for it to be good. Sarah Michelle Gellar is in it, which I know you're a big fan of.
I have watched Dexter over and over and over again. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite TV shows. I get the feeling that this show is going to be pretty polarizing. I think there's going to be either you love it or you dislike it. I'm just really excited to check it out because I will watch anything Dexter. I don't even really care if it's not good. I'm still gonna watch it
well,
because
we want it to be good, but
it's all new cast. So we're gonna really be going into it almost like it's a new show.
And because the original was not only an incredibly good show, but there is a nostalgia factor at this point. I mean, it came out in the 2000s and going into the 2010s, so there is a nostalgic factor too. But I swear, upon our rewatch, I feel like I enjoyed it more than when I watched it when it was actually airing. I mentioned in the trailer review that some hurdles that the showrunners would have is that the original series had flashback moments of like Dexter's first kill, some issues with Harry, the development of the code with the Doctor in season 8. So there's all those elements that they can't just leave out and have a great continuity. Some of the comments said that maybe one of the ways around that is that Dexter himself, who narrates the show for the audience, is not a great historian on his own. So they might be able to show what actually happened, and then the original series would be like Dexter's perspective or his perception of what had happened. I don't know if they'll do that. I don't really know how I would feel about that.
My biggest concern is that I'm not going to like this version of Dexter. Despite everything that Dexter did in the original series, which was, I mean, if you look at it on paper, it's pretty screwed up. He honestly seemed like a nice guy. I liked him a lot. Because this is an earlier version of Dexter and he doesn't have those emotional connections that we mentioned before, I'm worried I'm just not gonna like him.
Yeah.
And on top of it, with it being a different actor, that's really going to make it hard.
We should be going to a pre-season 1 Dexter, where like throughout the Dexter series, as you mentioned, like we're seeing Dexter and his relationship with Rita, trying to blend in so he can do his serial killer thing, but also develop a relationship with Harrison and actually like love Deb like sincerely, even for a psychopath. So to go back when all those lessons aren't there, even season 1 Dexter, where he's like, maybe I do love Deb, because prior to that he was like, she's just kind of a means to an end. And it was season 1 that he was like, maybe there's something more for me there. So to go prior to that and go to just psychopathic Dexter and have that be consistent with him developing in the actual original series is gonna be tough. Or they're just gonna scrap it and let him not be like that. I don't know how they'll handle that, but there's a lot of things against this working in continuity. All that to say, I'm rooting for him to succeed, so let's go and get into it. Episode 1 of Dexter Original Sin. Oh, love it.
Chills.
Love the music.
I've experienced death so many times,
They're just letting us know, hey, he's alive, the show's coming.
but never my own.
We can do that edit. It's smart of them to do it in conjunction with each other.
Thoracic trauma by gunshot. No pulse. Recharging.
3, 2, 1. We have a heartbeat.
A beating heart. It really
Emerge.
is like they say. Your life flashes before your eyes.
Aww, Laura Moser.
Time of birth, 2,300 hours, 21 minutes.
Congratulations.
February 1st.
It's a boy.
Dexter.
Dexter.
I wonder if that looks a lot like the original actress. That's
I love
clever.
that they're doing a callback to the first.
Yeah, it's clever that he misses it. This must have been fun to film the recreation. I like that intro. That was good.
Trying to cop a feel freak.
It's cool we get to see him when he was in doing his college training.
Problem? Yeah, no blood.
It's gotta be an easy gig for Michael C. Hall.
Oh, yeah.
He's probably just in his living room, just going over the lines. Yeah, no blood.
Heartless, like the Tin Man. And maybe, like me.
His hair. I love it.
Been preparing for today for such a long time, but I didn't feel anything.
That's what makes you special.
Oh, come on. I mean, you gotta, come on, flag doctor, something.
Think of something that makes you happy.
Until forensics is done with our sweep,
yeah,
we were
there's
all
my
guests
girl.
at my crime scene. Even you, Captain.
Looks like the intruder used the box cutter to gain entry through the back screen porch.
Only one. Experienced, prepared, wore booties over shoes. Poor family. They're chowing down, watching television. The intruder turns it off. I'm seeing blood on the on-off switch.
Could have at least killed the fucking cow first.
You're going to a college party?
We both know that you're gonna say no, I'm gonna go anyway, and the world isn't gonna end.
One condition. You take your brother.
What?
What? Unbelievable.
Hey.
Me.
Dr. Rivas said I did a good job. It didn't give me the feeling I thought it would.
All those shiny, happy people, so excited to plan their lives. And all I wanted to do was end one.
There's some weird editing choices with Masuka.
Name's Masuka. Look me up if you ever get a speeding ticket. Want to see my 9-inch nail? Really?
Hey, are number 7 and number 12 the same killer?
What? No.
This is starting to look like a serial killer art project up in here.
Okay, that partial we took off the VCR remote gave us 4 hits. Levi Reed. Plus, he's 6'3", which matches the muddy footprints we found on the scene.
Alert SWAT, we are doing this now. See if the door's open first.
Collaborate and listen. I sit back.
Before I actually did the deed, I spent a lot of time fantasizing about it. Ted Bundy, the most charming man in the world.
He puts his serial killer articles in a Penthouse magazine.
I wondered if I was like him.
Ted Bundy was actually caught here in Pensacola.
So it was right here back in February 15th, 1978, where serial killer Ted Bundy was apprehended by an officer by the name of David Lee around 1 a.m. So his vehicle would have been right around here where the police officer saw him.
Or even the Zodiac Killer. I even wondered if I'd end up with a nickname, too.
Time to go. You might even meet someone and have fun.
I have fun.
Choking your chicken doesn't count. Oh my god, Deb! Why is your brother here? Don't talk to me until I need a ride home. Is that all he got?
Pretty much me at these types of parties back in the day.
Unsanitary. Extremely unsanitary.
Well, that's a sexual assault.
Deb and Andy, she was drinking like a lot. Like, he took her upstairs.
Dude!
Yeah, kill him. It's all right, Dex. I wonder if we're gonna get to see him do that martial arts class.
Oh, beyond tempting for him.
The f was that, Dex?
When I got there, the door was locked and his pants were off.
Did he?
No.
Dex got there before anything happened. I used to make fun of you for watching WrestleMania all the time, but that and that was...
Watching WrestleMania. It's canon that Dexter watches WrestleMania.
Way past curfew, kids.
Need lots of friends.
I can't sleep unless I know my kids are home safe and sound.
Incomplete.
Come on, he was wide open.
7-7 with 5:21.
Hey, bud, where are you? Dolphins are about to score. Hey, Junior.
By losing to
Jesus.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
Harry knew I had specific needs.
Been a while since you bagged a boar. Tracks look deep. Must be a big one.
These hunting trips don't work for me anymore. Animals aren't enough. Taught me the code to help me channel my urges. What's the point if I can't even use it?
It's not that simple. Once you do it, it can't be undone.
I almost did. There was this guy. He was trying to take advantage of her. I threw him down the stairs. He hit me. I hit him back, but then I saw his blood. There was a knife on the bar. More than anything in my whole life, I wanted to take that knife. If it hadn't been for her,
Looks like y'all were there for each other.
Is he having a heart attack?
It looks like it.
For the first time, the idea of death became excruciating.
How can you fucking eat at a time like this? Of course, I'm not fucking okay. You guys left so early, I never got a chance to say goodbye. To tell him I love him.
I was there, and I didn't do that.
Your father suffered a heart attack, but he's currently stable and in great hands.
You're going to want to manage stress, of course. It's very important.
Unfortunately, I was the stress.
That'll be $800,000.
Big game coming up?
Don't know if I'm going.
Dad would want you to play.
Dad's not here. Wait, you actually want to come to my volleyball game?
We're supposed to support each other, right?
What family? He's going to go right back to drinking and smoking and all this other self-destructive shit. You're driving. I'm drinking. Is that all he got? No wonder his heart tried to peace out.
It's gonna be okay.
That's what everyone said before Mom died. Dex.
We should probably wipe the floor before that dries.
His condition didn't improve. It was in those days that I realized that grief is like an ocean. Sometimes it's calm, other times the waves can overwhelm you.
I think we remember, he killed a nurse, right? It's like his first
I
kill.
remember them touching on it.
He like kind of screwed it up a little bit. Oh yeah, he's like, she's poisoning me, Dex.
And that was when I realized that Nurse Mary just might be a fellow traveler.
Why is my father getting worse?
It's never easy seeing a loved one in pain.
What is that you just gave him?
It's complicated.
Try me.
It's complicated.
Weird response.
Your father made a lifetime of bad choices for his health. This is the result. So all we can do is give him the medicine that he needs to come out on the other side.
But what did you give him?
This too shall pass.
It was then I decided it wasn't Harry who was going to pass.
That's pretty
She's just
incriminating.
doing this at work.
That's pretty incriminating to just have at your work office desk.
Cute cat.
It's Mr. Tinker.
I'd always had a kinship with cats, nature's own serial killers. Her trophies. Every picture tells a story.
High potassium nitrate levels.
What would happen if this solution were delivered to someone intravenously?
This solution? Harmless. But if administered repeatedly over the course of several days, it could kill someone.
Hey, how detectable would that be in, say, forensics medical examination?
Easy, Dex.
Nearly undetectable.
I had been hanging around a real deal serial killer all this time.
I thought it was Harry that tipped Dexter off that he was being poisoned.
If I asked Harry to let her be my first kill, he would have said no. The kill had to be his idea.
Dexter.
The shot she's giving are killing you. You're only getting worse.
Don't let her.
All right, my brave little soldier. Let's get this out of the way.
Wait.
Harry's in a lot of pain.
I want the pain.
He wants the pain.
It was at that moment she revealed she also had a dark passenger. Harry saw it too.
She's killing you with high levels of potassium nitrate.
Stop her.
So it begins.
Flashback. There's Michael C. Hall, 40 years old. He's trying to catch her.
Hey, I was new at this. Tonight's the night.
Yeah.
Tonight's the night.
Tonight will be the night.
Go. Win it for me. I'll be the next one.
I'm just getting flashbacks. West Virginia.
You never forget your first time. Mine was with an older woman.
Oof. Meanwhile.
Been looking through your photo album. Are all your victims in here? Scream again and lose a tongue.
I took their pain away.
They didn't ask you to do that.
You didn't have to. Drinking and smoking until the hurts give out. Just like your father.
Harry's all I've got, and you try to take him away from me.
That was the first time I ever felt someone else's fear.
And the Manatees win!
Really hate mosquitoes.
Isn't that what you said you'd do to a dead body?
I said if I was going to kill someone, I would dispose of it in the Everglades. They did it in Nip Tuck. It's the smartest way to dispose of a body.
Right.
I didn't know it then, but it would end up being a terrible mistake.
Yeah.
The rules were there for a reason, to never get caught.
It's probably just all of his cop buddies. I like that truck.
Good to see you, kid. Where's Harry's boy? Well, pulling for your pop. If there's anything you, your sister need, just let me know. I'll make it happen, okay? Last thing you should be worrying about is filling the fridge. And, I got some half pepperoni,
You can leave it all on the kitchen table. Remember me from the job fair? I was hoping we'd catch you here.
I brought you kids some hamburger helper.
Dexter, meet Tanya Martin, a.k.a. the boss lady of forensics.
I worked with Harry for years. Betty's taught you well.
She had no idea.
Dude, you had such great instincts with those photos at the job fair. Turned out not to be true, though. Oh. But it took us 6 weeks to recognize the similarities. You've earned yourself a job offer, D money.
A paid internship. $4.25 an hour.
Not bad.
I don't think we've actually seen
Right.
his...
They cut away when he laughs.
I was at Sophia's. Her parents took us out to celebrate after the big game. You know, the one that we won. I didn't think you'd really come anyway.
Dad's work friends dropped it off.
Well, wasn't that real thoughtful of them?
Congratulations to the class of 1991!
I didn't blame Deb for missing my graduation. After all, I hadn't come through for her.
Oh, she came anyway.
We're family.
So it was always about family. What a concept.
I couldn't find your nurse for the life of me. It's too bad you had to miss graduation, Dad. You should have seen what a dope Dex was. I can't believe how much better you look.
Oh, man.
If you need anything in the night.
No witnesses.
And most importantly, she'll never hurt anyone again. And she was gone in seconds. It felt right.
Good night, son. I'll see you in the morning.
Probably weird for him to feel like proud.
Yeah. I know it wasn't until the moment he actually witnesses it that he,
Change was never easy for Harry, but I was at a point in my life where change was necessary.
You're always telling me to be part of something.
Harry.
Mela, missed you.
Camilla.
Well, the Morgan in the building. Hopefully you're not a chip off the old block.
My father was a man with so many friends.
You're late, newbie. I'm just shitting you.
Oh, they got one in there.
Tanya.
All right, that same backpack.
Welcome to the first day of the rest of your life.
My new life. Thought it might be a good idea to take it for a spin.
All right, episode 1. What did you think?
I actually like the actor that plays Dexter. I think that he's gonna work out fine as Dexter. The one nitpick that I had as far as like the casting goes was Deb.
Really? I feel like the first half, I was like, okay, she's doing the over swearing thing. but Deb is more than just that.
Right.
But she kind of won me over in the end. I was like, okay, I guess I could kind of see she has that emotionality that Deb has. The one that didn't win me over that actually
Masuka?
No, was actually Christian Slater as Harry.
Really? I
was like,
liked him.
I don't know if I see it. I was expecting him to do a little bit better, I guess, or to be a little bit, but he was the one that I actually thought was going to be good. And then I was kind of like, I don't know. Deb was one that I was like, I don't know. I was like, okay, I guess I can kind of see it. And then Dexter, I'm kind of with you. I'm kind of like, I'm fine with this.
Deb was the one that, like, no matter how much I wanted to like her, and I feel like Deb is probably one of the harder characters to play.
The more I was watching her, the more that I was realizing that, because Deb is so dynamic.
Yes.
She's such a multifaceted character. When she was going through those ups and downs at the party and then being upset about the game and then still coming to the graduation, I was like, okay, I could see Deb doing that.
Because Deb is a character that can be a complete jerk, but you love her and she can be right. I did not get that feeling from this actress.
As I was watching it, I was actually thinking that Deb, probably more so than Dexter, it's going to be harder to pull off.
100%.
Probably the hardest to pull off. The actress seems to be trying, and I think doing a good job in some ways, maybe not so much in some others, but I warmed up to her by the end of it.
The other one that I was just kind of spotty with was Masuka, partly just because how they portrayed him and chose to edit some of the scenes when he was laughing. I think we only got one shot of his actual face while he was laughing, and that was at the end.
It seemed intentional. There's also a shot where, just a continuity error. In the very next shot, he was kind of like over to the, so just some weird production things.
Yeah, so I'm not sure like what their thought process was with Masuka. Oddly enough, when I saw his face and he laughed, I said, okay, I think that he's gonna be able to fit the part. I'm just not really satisfied with like why they would choose to portray him with one of his most infamous mannerisms, but not display that. It was very strange.
It was probably a production thing. Whatever they shot on set probably didn't look good. They probably had him ADR it, so voice over it after the fact, and it probably didn't match very well with the way the other audio worked out. So they're like, you know what? Just cut to Dexter, do the laugh, and then cut back to Masuka.
I actually like Christian Slater. I loved Sarah Michelle Gellar in this, even though her character, I don't think was ever mentioned in the original. Harry's son, I don't think that was mentioned either. So I'm really glad that they kind of added in some of these events, major events, that really gives more history to Harry's character.
It reminds me of Kerchak from Tarzan, where Kerchak, his son gets killed by the leopard. Tarzan comes home with him, so it's kind of that situation, which was wild. I thought that was Dexter at first, and then he like would have said and brought him back. So when I saw the coroner, I was like, whoa, I cannot imagine 8 seasons of Dexter and Deb not bring that incident up once. Even if it was like before she was born or anything, that would have been like a significant thing.
Did she know? It could
That's
be
a good question,
where they just didn't tell her.
Yeah, even in season 1, they were like, Harry had a ton of secrets. He lied to us constantly.
I think it would have to be where Deb didn't even know about it, because that would be a good point. Like, there's no way that wouldn't come up in conversation.
Yeah, like the beginning half of the show, and I was kind of like, I don't know, is that some of it felt like a made-for-TV movie. And I know that Dexter's TV, but it felt like a cosplaying, like trying too hard almost at first. And I was like, this is gonna put me off. Like Masuka, it just felt like he was very aware he was acting. A little bit of that from Deb, the first scene with her as well. It came and went, I felt like, as the episode went. And it's hard to make it so that you don't feel like your new cast is just overacting some things that the original cast were subtle with.
That's why I didn't like Deb, because I felt like it came through the most with her.
However, I like seeing all the nurse stuff because that was directly from the original, like his first kill. So to see them kind of extend that and Dexter being like, it's got to be Harry's idea, because I was like, didn't Harry suggest that? So now that they've made it kind of Dexter's idea, was good. These are nitpicks, and it's hard to not play the comparison game when the first is such a classic, like perfect casting. But I did enjoy it, especially for what it is, and I'm willing to continue on and see what they're gonna do.
I'm curious to see where it goes from here, also because we have some new characters like Sarah Michelle Gellar's character.
They listed Sarah Michelle Gellar as a special guest star, so that makes me think that she's gonna die in this season.
That would sadden me, because I really like her.
Because Julia Stiles was a special guest star throughout all of season 5.
Yeah.
And she didn't die, but she didn't, you know, stay on. And two things that I'm hoping they bring in from the original series is the humor element. Because even Jeff Lindsay's novels, they're like funnier than the show. Season 1, Dexter had some like funny, quirky moments that stood out. Didn't get a ton of that in this.
But they were like low-key
very
humor.
much like gentle humor. And the second, with Deb especially, it always seemed like Deb's main motivation in almost everything she did was the desire to be loved by some sort of paternal figure. It was Harry, the ice truck killer was like that. She wanted this, that's why she joined the police force, was to make Daddy proud. I feel like if you were to play Deb, you'd have to like incorporate that motivation, at least in some level. She was always jealous of Harry's connection with Dexter. That was always huge in the flashbacks and the whole series. As you can see, there's a little bit of divide even amongst us. What we liked in the beginning and then didn't like, and then vice versa. So let us know some of your thoughts of this first episode, this introduction of these same old characters with new actors, what you thought of the actual episode itself, and how you're feeling with the trajectory of the Dexter franchise. Can you believe that? I'm feeling okay about it.
Curious.
I'm still comfortable. I'm not like this is, the internet can be very much that way. And I'm still very much like, it's okay, all right, well, let's see what else you got. That's kind of where I'm at. Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate it. Leave this video a like if you enjoyed it. Comment down below. We'd love to know your thoughts. Subscribe so you'll be notified when we post the next video. And check out Patreon. You can watch videos like this one early and ad-free until it's posted. We also have several exclusive pieces of content over there too, like Arcane. We have all of Fallout Season 1 full-length reaction available on Patreon as well right now too. But for now, that is it. Jen and I appreciate you watching. We'll catch you in the next video, everyone. Take care.